Inside Americanpickers alum Frank Fritz's struggling Illinois store with cobweb-covered antiques and broken merchandise. Hello everyone, my name is Alana B. Welcome back to my another video. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And give this video a like up. Americanpickers alum Frank Fritz's Illinois antique store has cobweb-covered antiques and broken merchandise as the store struggles with low sales. Frank, 59, owns the antique store Frank Fritz Finds in Savannah, Illinois. In exclusive photos obtained by the U.S. Sun, certain merchandise in Frank's store appeared to be broken and covered in cobwebs. In one photo, a vintage mannequin could be seen covered in cobwebs. In another, more cobwebs were seen along a windowsill, as even a spider was spotted in the photo. Another pic featured drumsticks signed by the Mickey Utley Band. The glass case holding the merchandise was shattered. There was also a near-empty display case holding vintage soda cans, including a modern-day Coca-Cola can, likely left by a customer. Throughout the store, most of the merchandise was covered in dust. There were even random pieces of metal and wood, with no antique description or price tag. Frank's store has struggled in recent years, especially since the Americanpickers fan favorite suffered a stroke in July 2022. Customers of the store have posted reviews expressing their dissatisfaction with the antique store. One customer said, "Nice people, but in all honesty, it was almost like seeing things that were left in an attic. It would not be my first choice to check out around the area." A second wrote, "The antique store that time forgot. Enter through the bar, past the kitchen. A couple decades ago, this was the best antique store for miles, with many vendors on multiple floors. It is housed in a local landmark, which was a big draw in itself. It is now a shadow of its former self, though they do appear to be repairing and working on it. There are 2 rooms of random old things, some nice and a lot not." A third commented, "I was a huge fan of the show. I stopped in to give Frank support and see what all the buzz was about. The place looked like an episode of Hoarders." A fourth complained, "The store is truly full of hoarders' junk. I was looking forward to visiting Frank's finds, but left disappointed. This store is full of overpriced junk and old oil cans signed by Frank for $55, $110 each. I will pass." Another wrote, "Don't waste your time. Old stuff that should have been tossed a long time ago that is way overpriced. The place is dumpy and not worth the drive. Was hoping Frank will open something better that's worth going to." The U.S. Sun previously reported on Frank Fritz Finds' estimated annual sales per Experian's business valuation report. Frank Fritz Finds' estimated annual sales are reportedly $25,000. The company's business credit score 27 and is medium risk. According to the report, this score predicts the likelihood of serious credit delinquencies within the next 12 months. As for the financial stability risk ratings, the shop received a medium-high risk of 4 out of 5 rating. The report claims this means there is a 10% potential risk of severe financial distress within the next 12 months. A lawyer for Frank did not respond to the U.S. Sun's request for comment. Frank hasn't been as involved in the business since his stroke. His close friends filed an emergency appointment of a temporary guardian and conservator for the star on August 18, claiming his decision-making capacity is so impaired. The conservatorship papers exclusively obtained by the U.S. Sun revealed plans to revamp the store. The initial plan filed by conservator Midwestone Bank read, "Mr. Fritz is a well-known collector and has numerous outbuildings full of valuable collections. The conservator has not yet inventoried those items, but plans to leave them largely as they are now, with the exception of stocking Mr. Fritz's antique store in Savannah, IL as needed. Conservator is hopeful Frank will be able to participate in selection and pricing of items as he did previously." A source previously told the U.S. Sun Frank is walking again after the stroke left the right side of his body paralyzed. Frank last appeared on American Pickers during a March 2020 episode, as he took time off to recover from back surgery that left him with 185 stitches and 2 rods in his spine. He also told the U.S. Sun that he entered rehab for alcohol addiction in Iowa for 77 days. Frank revealed his feud with co-star Mike during the 2021 interview with the U.S. Sun. Frank said, "I haven't talked to Mike in 2 years. He knew my back was messed up, but he didn't call me up and ask how I was doing. That's just how it is." The show is tilted towards him 1000%. "I can't even bend that far down to show you how much." That's fine. It's like you've got Aerosmith, and there's Steven Tyler, and he's the frontman. I found my spot, I'm second, and he's number 1 on the show. That's no problem with me. Maybe he does have a problem. But a friend told the Quad City Times that Frank and Mike had a tearful reunion over Memorial Day weekend. A source claimed to the U.S. Sun, "Everything between them is fine. They've known each other for 40 years. They went to high school. They've done all this stuff together." The insider said Mike has visited Frank a handful of times since he suffered the stroke, as the two call and text today as well. Frank's return. The U.S. Sun previously reported Frank is even in talks to return to the show 1 year after suffering the stroke. A source close to Frank told the U.S. Sun, "I don't know why he wouldn't return to the show. He could go back to the show, maybe. He watches the new episodes. He'll laugh about it. Got to find something on there to razz them about. He'll tell them about it." The show currently stars Mike, his brother Robbie, Danielle Colby, and guests including Jersey John. Topics. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, American Pickers 24, and stay with us.